Hi everybody, Renegade68 and or 67 here with some more Let's Play Stream Fates Down Unlimited Blade Works of the Blind variety. So, last time on this, we were finding the good ending and doing some other choices along the way. Speaking of other choices along the way, let's do another choice along the way. So, last time, on my first time through, I definitely did the Sakura choice. This time I'm going to do the Saber choice because I'm trying to make... Hold on, I gotta get my sheet. Because I'm trying to make Rin jealous. However, while we're here, let's do the Fujine choice just to see it. I'll stop Fujine's wrongdoing before the sun sets. I have to find out what Fujine's up to. For the peace of our dinner, and for Saber, who's secretly looking forward to it. Oh, that's great. What led into this? What was Fuji doing? I love that line, though. It's so good. After tilting her head in question, Fujine goes back to the kitchen. Oh, right, because Sakura's not here, since she was called home by her grandpapa today. So it looks like Fujine is making dinner. That's why he's so like, what? Okay, gotcha. Alright. Who's secretly looking forward to it. And how dare! Saber can't look forward to a meal not made by me, Shiro. I am the cook who will cook things for her heart. Yeah, Taiga was cooking. That's pretty gross.
ちょっと失礼。なんだ、お好み焼きか。藤根、小腹でも減ったのか。
Excuse me. Oh, okonomiyaki? Are you hungry?
違うよ。さくらちゃんによろしくされちゃったし、今晩は私が食事当番。ちゃんと3人分作るから、シロはセーバーちゃん起こしてきて。
Did she leave you in charge, or did you forcefully take charge? Because I don't know, you're cooking. I'm not sure if Sakura would want that in Shiro's belly. You're wrong. Sakura-chan left me in charge, so I'll be cooking tonight. I'll cook up for all three of us. You can go wake Saber-chan up. Oh boy. Dashes. Wow, I'm surprised. I don't know about her choice of food, but Fujine's acting like a woman, huh? Frickin' Shiro, what a dick. Well, if it's for Sakura's sake, you know, because, you know, she has to fill in. You would think Shiro would do it, but I guess Shiro's been busy, or for some other reason in the narrative, maybe Fuji's like, Shiro probably is all tuckered out, but...
そうだよな。もういい年なんだから、それぐらいできなくちゃ。あれ、藤根、なんで飯なんて炊いてるんだ?
Oh, we get to see a glimpse of what the terrible cooking will be like before it comes to fruition. Yes, we get a battle warning. Yeah, you should be able to cook if you're that old. Huh? Why are you cooking rice, Fujine? You don't need rice with okonomiyaki. I got it. You don't need rice with okonomiyaki.
いるよ。今夜はカニ玉にするんだから、ご飯がないとただの卵焼きになっちゃうじゃない。
We do. I'm making kanitama, so it'll be just an omelet if we don't have rice. Fujine cracks open an egg as she says so. Uh-oh. I'm worried for the fate of that egg. I hope it can survive the collision. Or is Sma supposed to survive? It's supposed to break so she can get the yolk. But let's hope the yolk survives. The egg drops into the flour she's been mixing. No, it dropped into the flour! Egg, how could you? You were supposed to live! Dashes. And look at her, she doesn't even care that she murdered an egg. I'm surprised. It seems kanitami and okonomiyaki are the same in Fujine's head.
Fujine, あと数分もしたら間違いに気づくだろうけど、勇気を持って言うぞ。
Fujine, I know you realize your mistake in a few minutes, but I'll come out and tell you anyway.
何よ。いいわ。聞いてあげるから。
Oh, she actually takes his advice to heart? What? All right, tell me. Bracing for impact. She must think something's wrong as well. Uh-oh. She looks at me with respect. Ooh, how nice. Well, he is the one who normally cooks, so...
それはカニ玉ではない。世にも恐ろしいお好み焼き丼になるだけだから。
Are we gonna fix the food? That should make Saber's stomach happy. Well, that's not kanitama. It'll be a horrifying dish where you'll be putting okonomiyaki on top of rice. So let's remake this right now. I clearly tell her.
お好み焼きを乗っけるのも卵焼きを乗っけるのも似たようなものじゃないのですか、国長。
I like this. I like her looking up to me with the cooking skills. Isn't the Isn't it the same putting omelet or okonomiyaki on rice, kitchen chef? Or chief?
違う。そもそも俺はコック長ではない。このままだとセイバーに間違った日本料理を学習させることになるんでやり直せ。
No. First of all, I'm not a kitchen chief. We'll give Saber a wrong impression of Japanese food, so let's remake this. She must taste the good food. I take the bowl away from Fujine.
ダメよ。せっかくかき混ぜたのにもったいない。
She respects Shiro's cooking ability, but also she puts pride into her work. Aww. She probably, if anything, was partially making it, you know, making it so Shiro wouldn't have to cook for one so he could eat. Daw. No, I mixed it so we can't waste it.
却下。後でおやつにするから、これは冷蔵庫行き。
No, I'll make some snacks with this later. So this is going into the fridge. Okay, at least that means you're saving it. That's good.
藤根は卵を5つほど割って、卵白が切れるまで混ぜること。お、カニもタケノコも用意できてるんだ。なら、こっちはあんを作ってるから、焼きは任せる。
You go crack about 5 eggs and mix them thoroughly. Oh, the crab in the bamboo shoots already? Then I'll make the sauce. I'll let you cook it. I also, yeah, I'm not a fan of wasting food. I like using everything I can as much as possible. If it's something I don't like, I'll generally try to see if someone else just wants to eat it instead, but throwing food away is definitely something I like to avoid if possible. I just spilled part of my water! Oh no! I need to clean that up! Emergency! It's okay. The emergency's under control. We can all just blame Fujine. That's okay. And then we don't have to worry about it. Tragedy averted. Anyways, you go crack about 5 eggs and mix them thoroughly. That's a workout. I might need to drink some water because of that. Let's just not spill it. You go crack about 5 eggs and mix them thoroughly. Oh, the crab and the bamboo shoots are ready. I'll make the sauce. I'll let you cook it. Alright, it's enough exercise for the year. Alright.
大丈夫。煙が出るまで鍋を空焼きしとけば、藤根でもできるから。
New plan. Keep some paper towels nearby in case that happens, so I don't have to run a marathon. I'm partially overacting. Partially. It's alright. If I preheat the pan, even you can do it. Can you? I think you're putting a lot of faith in Fuji. Does she deserve it? Well, now that it's decided, I'll need potato starch, ginger, vinegar, soy sauce, sugar. Is she really just gonna let you take the helms just because you've said you're not gonna waste it? That would be big of her. Is she that big? She's usually not that big, is she? You know, in that sense. Maybe though when it comes to cooking, because, you know, she does really like Shiro's cooking.
What? あんまり乱暴に混ぜちゃダメだぞ。
What?
塩を入れて、菜箸でボウル全体を使うんだからな。
I told you to do the eggs. Don't mix them too fast, okay? Use a chopstick and use the whole bowl to mix them. Chopstick to make eggs? Sounds fun. Sounds fancy. Chopsticks are those things that I use, you know, when I get Chinese food to feel Chinese, but like otherwise I don't really use them. I try to use them for the whole meal though, even though I bet people actually in China / wherever else uses chopsticks, they would have actual other, you know, utensils they'd use for certain things and not just use chopsticks for everything. But when I eat Chinese food, I chopstick everything, even if it seems wrong. I find a way to chopstick it. Use a chopstick and use the whole bowl to mix them. Dashes. I've been getting lazy recently, you know. I don't say dash, 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 dash anymore. I only ever say dashes. I'm just trying to skip to the next line. How dare I? Well, for once, I'm going to say it. Dash, 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 dash. Dare. Take that. Anti-laziness. I don't know if she's listening or not, as she's just looking at me like she wants to say something. Pretty sure they do use spoons at least. Oh, wait, we're dropping for a second. Whoopsie doopsie. Hold on. I will make a save, I guess. Oh, are we good? Are we good? Was it just a temporary? I think it was just a little, I think it was just a quickie. I think it was just a quickie. Okay, we're good. It was a quickie. I don't know if she's listening or not. She's just looking at me like she wants to say something. Then...
シロ、台所だと威厳があるよね。
A spoon is just a chopstick for liquids. You could argue like a dinky knife is kind of like an offshoot chopstick. Sometimes I'll just use dinky knives for food if I'm like low on forks. Although in a way, a fork is like a fork in a way is like a combination of a spoon and a dinky knife. Because like, you know, you poke things with it, but then also you can sort of like scoop things with it. So it like does both, if anything. So you could potentially, instead of using a fork, just use a spoon and a dinky knife. I don't know if there's a technical term for dinky knife, so I guess I'm just gonna keep calling it dinky knife. But it's not actually multiple dashes. It's called an M dash. I guess this would be more like an M dash. I did not know the technical term for it, but I think it's, you know, that's certainly faster to say M dash than dash 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 dash. But it's even faster to say dashes than it is to say M dash. But yeah, I've never heard of that, M dash. Huh, interesting. I might Google that at some point. I could Google it right now. I was gonna hold off, but screw it, I'm Googling it right now. What's an M dash? What is the technical term? M dash. The M dash is an incredibly versatile punctuation mark that can be used instead of parentheses, commas, colons, or quotation marks in a sentence. The M dash has a fan club of sorts, as writers love to debate its many uses and possible overuses. That gave me a good laugh. You have dignity in the kitchen. Indeed he does. That is what makes him the Emiya Shiro. Is it? I guess. Versus Shiro Emiya? Saying so, she opens the refrigerator. Well, I'm glad to hear that, but it's a good thing that it's only... Is it a good thing that it's only in the kitchen? You gotta learn to have it in the bedroom, too. Hubba hubba. Dinner's over. Are we back on track now? It'll give me a skip scene once we're back on track, I think. I finished cleaning up after dinner and faced Saber in the dojo. I tell her what happened today, about how we eliminated the boundary field at school. This is probably the same as something we've already seen, but slightly different, and it hasn't quite gone to a skip scene yet, but I'm going to play it out for now because I don't remember it. How we eliminated the boundary field at school and how Tosaki is expecting a counterattack tomorrow. I don't tell her about Shinji. Yeah, I remember this now. I don't want her to consider him as an enemy until I figure out his true intentions. Then we will not be going out tonight? No, it might be vexing for you, but it's tight for tonight. I don't intend to fight in the battles, and we're not in a condition to be fighting freely. I haven't experienced as a master, and Saber has a limit to how many times she can fight, since I'm not giving her any magical energy. We can't leisurely be looking for masters in our situation. I'm saying, certainly do have a point. It's not proactive, but we do need the utmost care for victory. Hold the fight. Yeah, it sounds familiar. Use this time to train. She stares at me. She doesn't even need to tell me. I brought Saber to this dojo with that in mind. Oh, you're gonna trade? I know. Do you remember what happened last night? We traded a bit since you told me I was slacking off for coming on last night. Well, it was more you're beating me up. Taiga told me. Just don't beat me up as much as you did in Timeline 1. Couldn't realize such a simple thing until I fought you. It's interesting. It was a good lesson for me. No matter what I do, I can't beat someone I can't beat. And yet, Shio's actually super special awesome. So maybe he can beat someone he thinks he can't beat. Like, you know, he can beat Gilgamesh. And that's pretty darn cool. So, like, it's just realizing what your limitations are, I suppose. I guess for him, though, it's hard because he was so self-doubting for a while. That the acceptance that, you know... He can't do everything, but then also knowing what you can do, believing you can do certain things, but still understanding you have limitations, there's definitely a balance. Timeline 1, he tried to do too much for, you know, misguided reasons, where he tried to fight in place of Saber. Timeline 2, he's definitely more level-headed, but because he's more level-headed, he can actually more realize when things are within his reach, I suppose. Sure. Chain whenever you have time. Yeah, I remember this. Roughly. Shinai on the wall. It's still 8 o'clock. There's still 4 hours till bedtime. Oh, yeah, and then this is when we get kidnapped at night, because this leads into the caster fight that has no choices. Yeah. I think. Yeah. That sounds correct. Right, calling. That's what leads into... So don't skip, but that's only because I want to load my file. Can you load on that screen? I'm never trying. Anyways. You can shut up, Shiro. I'm loading the file. Let's do the Saber choice. That could potentially be good for Saber anyways, though, if you think about it, because, you know, Saber wants a good dinner, and that would make the dinner better. But anyways, I'll go tell Saber that I'm home before the sun sets.
ちょっとセイバーに声かけてくる。藤根、どういう風の吹き回しか知らないけど、夕飯は任せていいのか?
Kawaii, kawaii. Or kawaii? Scary. I'm gonna go talk to Saber. I don't know what's up, but I can leave you in charge of dinner, right?
いいよ。
That face.
美味しいカニ玉作ってあげるから期待してなさいよ。
Okay. Look forward to the delicious kanitani I'll be making. Ellipses. Uh-oh. Can you really look forward to it now that she said that much, Shiro? Can you? I'm a bit worried, but kanitani is like a... Tama. Why do I say tani? Kanitama is a bit like an omelet, so Fujine should be able to handle it. You assume too much of Fuji when it comes to cooking.
ただいま、セイバー。今帰ってきたぞ。
Well, have fun lurking, Tom. Misa gonna lurk. Misa as in Yusa, or Misa as in Misa, the name Misa. Uh-oh. I just got home, Saber. Tadaima! I take my shoes off as I go into the dojo. As if the dojo is your home. It's, in a way, probably counts as Saber's home of sorts while we're here. While she's here. Or, I mean, I think if anything, you would consider the shed more your home. It's where you sleep. But, I guess it's your home with Saber. Take my shoes off as I go into the dojo.
おかえりなさい、シロ。その様子では大きな動きはなかったようですね。
Welcome home, Shiro. It seems nothing much has happened today. Saber must like the atmosphere since she's always here, indeed. Well, it does look like it's primed for some sortie practice. I match Saber and sit Japanese style to tell her what happened today, but how we eliminated the boundary field at school and how Tosaka is expecting a counterattack tomorrow. Oh, we get right to the punch with that stuff.
敵マスターとの戦いは明日ですか。では今夜は十分に睡眠をとり、力を蓄えねばなりませんね。
Is it? That's not what we said in the other timeline. I see. So the battle with the master is tomorrow, then I shall sleep well tonight and save my energy. Wait, what did he say? Tell her what happened about how we eliminated the boundary field at school and how Tosaka is expecting a counterattack. Well, I mean, because she was like, that's not proactive, but... I nod back. Oh, right, because you don't tell Shinji. About Shinji. I know I'm being too optimistic, but I don't tell her about Shinji. Okay. And the other one showed a way to say, it's not proactive to just wait for them to attack, which I can understand her mindset at the time of, you know, wanting to go fight someone else. It was played into Timeline 1 and how she just had to go fight someone at the Rito Temple, so it makes sense, but... She didn't point out the proactiveness here, maybe because in the other version of events, you know, we kept her waiting for longer, whereas in this version of events, we went to talk to her sooner, so she wasn't waiting as long, so she's not as antsy maybe, and didn't feel the need to throw in that snappy comment like, it's not proactive, but okay. I don't want her to consider him as an enemy until I figure out his true intentions. They're not great.
しかしシロ、もうじき夕食ですが、ここにいていいのですか?
Ah yes, Saber wants the good foods. But Shiro, should you be here when it's almost time for dinner?
いや、別にこれといった用事はないし、夕飯まで時間があるから、セイバーに報告に来たんじゃないか。
Well, I came here to report to you because I don't have anything to do and there's time until dinner.
たまにはこうやって夕飯までゆっくりするのも悪くないしさ。
Shiro letting himself relax? That's crazy. Character development. It's not bad to relax till dinner once in a while.
では今夜の食事は
Oh no.
シロが作ってくれるのではないのですか?
She's in shock. She's had a taste of your food and she can't let go. What? Then you are not making tonight's dinner?
そうだけど問題あるかな。ほら、藤根も頑張ってるし、邪魔するのも悪いじゃないか。
Oh, how can you turn him down when he says that so politely? That's true. But is there a problem with that? Fujine's working hard, so I don't want to interrupt her.
確かに大河の意欲は尊重すべきですが、そのシロは本当に手を貸さないと。
Oh, Saber, you're so horny for Shiro's food. Taiga's will to cook should certainly be respected, But, she'll not be helping her?
貸さないよ。大丈夫。藤姉だってもう大人なんだし、カニ玉の一つや二つは作れるさ。
Nope, it's alright. Fujine's a grown woman. She should be able to make some kanitama.
いや、もしかしたら俺よりうまいかもしれない。何しろ、意外性 A 判定の性能だ。
She might even be better than me. She has an A rank in unexpectedness after all. It'll probably be unexpected, but not in the way you think. I give her a weird explanation. But Saber frowns. She just wanted that Shiro food. This isn't making her happy. Maybe doing the Fuji choice would have overall made her happy in the end. Secret bad end. Well, just shank me now, Saber.
わかりました。タイガではなくシロを信じます。
Alright, I shall believe your words over Taiga's. Oh, did Taiga give you some special words? There's a difference between believing my words over Taiga's words and believing my words about Taiga. Top 10 photos taken moments before disaster. Uh-oh. There's no Taiga dojo because Taiga also dies. Understandable.
重ねていますが、信頼していいのですね。
Let me make sure. I can trust you, right? I can trust that you're right about Taiga, right? The food won't be awful, right? She makes sure with a threatening tone. What, you think she might be an enemy master? I guess it's possible. From your perspective.
ああ、信頼してくれていいけど。
Yeah, you can trust me.
確かに聞きました。その誓い。
Oh no.
決して忘れぬように。
There will be payback when the food is awful. I heard that. Please do not forget the oath you made. Saber relaxes her shoulders. Uh-oh. Man. Who could have imagined that this was going to lead to such a disaster? Is that the whole scene? Wait. Tiger Dojo Extradition. Oh, right, because we, like, half die from the food. I forget this. What is this like again? I don't want to skip it just yet. Ah, so we didn't have this scene when we go to Taiga because we fixed the dinner, and so the pseudo Taiga Dojo never happens. I just want to see a little bit of this, because I know it's terrible. Looks like there's a yellow lid on the bowl. Honestly, it doesn't look good. It should make the rice, but it looks kind of a teriyaki. There's no egg above it. The only drawback is it tastes simple. It's a small price to pay. Itadakimasu!
Hi!
Itadakimasu! Itadakimasu! We bow and dig into our food. Then the food is soft like kanitama. No, it feels strange like I'm eating a main dish.
事件発生。カニ玉丼が別の料理になってるよ。
Wow, she really stretched out that O. Ellipses, this isn't an emergency or anything. This is more like an okonomiyaki bowl.
ねえ、なんでこうなっちゃったの？私ちゃんと聞いた通り作ったよ。
Who told you how to make it? You using substitutions?
もしかして藤姉にこれ教えたの藤村組の
Must be a Fujimura secret recipe. I doubt Fujimuras cook much for themselves, given their yakuza position. They probably have, you know, people to cook for them.
大きな卵焼き作るって言ったら。
I wanted to realize the mistake right then. I thought that being able to make an omelet was a function every human being was born with. You know, you're not. They say that it's born with it, but the song is not always correct. Like, I never learned to properly ride a bicycle. So, you know, shut up. Kanitama is just a variant of omelet. It was my mistake to assume that Fujine couldn't mess up something like this. That's right, Fujine can't even cook an omelet. Then, uh-oh, disappointment. She's extra disappointed in this version. The game doesn't make it a point of it, but she's extra disappointed in me.
Saber.
She should be. The scene should be different. I slowly turned to her.
シロ、いくら私でも。
Oh no! Look at how disappointed she is. It's hard to tell, but it seems Saber's mad. Look at what you've done. Hellish dinner ends and it's time for a strategy meeting, but I've already reported to Saber about what happened today. Okay, so what do we talk about? Since it's likely that there will be a fight tomorrow, we should be preparing.
それでは今夜も外に出ることはないのです
Will
か
not be going out tonight?
セイバーには歯がゆいだろうけ
Sit
ど
tight for tonight.
今はそれで我慢してくれ
Okay. Slight change, so I'm surprised that the scheme was skippable, but as a master, Saber has a limit to how many times she can fight since it, well, maybe we had a slight talk to her even when we go to see Sakura? I don't remember. There's a limit to how many times you can fight since I'm not giving her any magical energy. Yeah, we can't be leisurely.
わかりました。 確かにシロの言い分には、ですが、戦う意志があるというのなら。
Yup. She stares at me. She doesn't need to tell me I brought Saber to the dojo with that in mind. I know you remember what happened. Okay. With that in mind, it's boo. I take the sheet on the wall. It's still the clock. There's still 4 hours, so I cheer my heart out. Oh, wait a second. Oh. This is when you get captured. Okay, so the scene has a bit of an interesting transition. But yeah. I stop Saber since I feel my life's in danger. Because if Saber turns to me... Oh, right. This is what leads into the Tiger Dojo. That's right. I forgot this part. She gets so mad at me because of the... Yeah, that's... I remember now. Because of the food. Yeah, we can skip this. Saber versus Assassin. We can skip that. Archer versus Caster. Skip. Fall down your mind. Skip. Saber unhappy. Oh, no! Skip. Maybe the best outcome is the one where we actually hang out with Taiga. Maybe Saber likes that one the most. Okay, skip. Creeping Shadow the Demon. Skip. Oh, okay. She's after me. I'll give up and go out there. Oh, right. Okay, this choice. The Tosaka is feeling icky. Because I attacked myself. Right then. So, what are we going to do with this choice? She's after me. This one, Saber's not really related to. I'll give up and go out there. She's after me. I don't want to die, so I'll keep quiet. Who's she after? I don't know, so I'll just play dumb. So, the choice I chose initially was I'll give up and just go out there. I think a funny potential alternative is who's she after? I don't know, so I'll play dumb. Given that Rin is in a very apologetic mood right now, at the time I was thinking, oh no, she's angry. But the anger is only slightly there. I think the apologeticness is above it. But I wonder if I do this, if the anger might overpower the apologeticness. So I want to see who's she after. I don't know, so I'll just play dumb. Make the choice that makes him actually dumb. I guess Tosaka knows a lot of people. Oh, Shiro. You call this playing dumb? I don't know who she wants to talk to out in the hallway, but it's not something I should butt into and trouble her. First of all, everyone in this classroom, especially Goto-kun, will bash me if they see me talking to the classroom idol. Oh, that freaking Goto-kun, am I right? Thought the third one was the one you went with before? No, the one I went with initially was the top one. I'll just have to go out because... again, I was trying to really get the Rin points, and it was sort of like, okay, she's in a really weird mood right now because Archer attacked me, and she might be upset with me, and so I want to make sure to smooth that over as fast as possible, but here, I'm doing this because I think it's funny. I definitely didn't pick this one. I have to get some energy in preparation for after school. I take my lunch out of my desk. Oh, and also, Rin wants to eat with me, so this might actually double tick her off. The raiders that usually steal my... The raiders that usually steal my food are busy watching Tosaka, so I should be able to eat safely in the classroom. Will she be able to break in? Will she have the courage to break in this circumstance? Oh no, this is huge! Oh, I bet I... Okay, ooh. Oh, really? So is she not going to be around when Shinji does his attack? No way. Oh, this might actually be huge. Maybe we should actually go out and talk to her then. That might be an important point for getting on Tosaka's path. Huh? Tosaka-san went back to Class A. Okay, let's play this one out for a little while. So we'll never know why she was here? What? Well, maybe she was just taking a walk. Tosaka seems to do crazy things from time to time, right? Do you know the story of how she almost jumped off the rooftop trying to dump a third year that wanted to go out with her? Oh boy. Well, at least she can stick the landing with her magic. Woof. Oh, I almost jumped off the rooftop. Ooh, I mean, is there any implications there of something grosser, or are you just making a joke? Or are you making a joke, but there are gross implications anyways? Oh. Her heart already belonged to the one trying to jump over the beams. Or whatever they were in her memories.
Right,
that makes more sense.
フェンス乗り越えてさ、屋上の端で立ったまま一日付き合ってくれたら付き合ってもいいってやつ。あの3年生、しばらく登校拒否になったんだってな。
And she would have been like a first or second year. This is a third year, of course. You're wrong. It's the third year that almost jumped off. She said she'd go out with him if he would stand on the edge of the roof for an entire day with her. I mean, it makes sense given how risque her life would be. She would need someone willing to, you know, risk everything that could potentially be with her. Because if they weren't, you know, willing to be risky like that, you know, she couldn't risk bringing them down to her level. Getting them involved in her messes, as it were. He would stand on the edge of the roof for an entire day with her. That guy didn't come back to school for days after that.
でもさ、なんでそんなことしたんだろうな。
But I wonder why she did such a thing. She needs to confirm that the guy who's potentially going to be with her, as much as she wants to be with a guy, she doesn't want to drag a guy down into her darkness unless they're already in there, which she finds out Shiro's kind of already in that darkness in a way, so.
嫌なら嫌っていうタイプらしいじゃん、遠坂さん。
Tosaka-san's the type that would come out and say no. Normally, maybe that means she actually saw something in the guy.
ああ、それでござるか。遠坂殿曰く、吊り橋の上の恋愛理論だとか。
Oh.
とりあえず好きになれそうにないので、緊迫状態で一日過ごせば恋愛感情が芽生えるかもしれないとの。
That, according to Tosaka, it's the theory of
下々の人間には考え至らぬおつむでござる。
In love on a bridge. I've heard this theory before. She thought she wouldn't be able to fall in love with him, so she tried to spend a day with him under a tense situation to see if she would fall in love with him. Right. She's amazing. It's nothing us lowly people would ever think of. And he pussied out from even getting the chance for her to maybe try. Ellipses. I stop as I open my lunchbox. Oh, are you going to come to your senses? Tosaka, it's such a legend, huh? Alright, I'll be careful next time I go to the rooftop with her. Oh no, because that important scene takes place on the rooftop. Unless it just never takes place in this timeline, this version of events. So will we be separated? Yeah, will we be separated when Shinji does his thing? Oh, this is very interesting. I'll be careful next time I go to the rooftop with her.
Oh, lucky. 戻ってきたぜ、遠坂さん。
Yeah, I thought that it would be weird for us to not go through with that. Okay. So, alright. So she went away, but then maybe she just came back even angrier. Maybe she was like sad and it's like, I don't want to disturb him. I know Archer already pissed him off. She went away. But then she's like, no, that idiot doesn't realize that I wanted to talk with him. He's the idiot. How fortunate, Tosaka-san's back.
けどなんかこう違くね。さっきまではさっきだってたけど、今はこう寒気がするぐらい涼しげっていうか。
She's different now. She was about ready to kill before, but she's so calm now that I feel chill. I bet before she was mentally like, oh, I want to kill that Archer for how he almost killed Shiro. But now she's more like, no, screw what Archer did. Shiro's ignoring me. How dare he?
天使の笑顔でござるな。あれはもうあんたがそう出るならこっちも容赦しない。私開き直ったわという覚悟の表れでござろう。
That's the smile. That's a smile of an angel. Oh. I think it shows your determination of, if that's the way you're going to be, I won't hold back on you either. Is Shiro, in this choice timeline, is Shiro smart enough to even realize what that means? Something similar in relation to vacations. Basically, the theory went that you shouldn't go to the obvious tourist spots where things are likely to go smoothly. So if you go somewhere where you're likely not to have a good time, you might have a better time? Whereas if you go somewhere where you're going to have a better time, you think you'll have a better time, so you have a worse time because you think it's going to be better than it ends up being? I could maybe see the mentality there. Huh? I feel a terrible chill. It must be because of Saber's training, as my ability to sense danger is sharper. Also, people's ability to read Rin's mind state is very interesting. And again, I guess she's not really hiding it much at this point. This implies there was only Shiro that was being fooled by, like, they were all maybe liked her, but they weren't fooled into thinking that, her, feminine charms were, had no teeth behind them, as it were. Unlike Shiro. As my ability to sense danger is sharper. Ellipses. I take a peek out into the hallway. Oh boy, is she ready to die? Tosaka is standing there smiling with an eraser that she must have brought from her classroom. Yeah, and the other time when we came out, she was all sad and stuff. But here... At that instant, she throws it at you, erases you from existence. The eraser she threw hits me right in the forehead. Ow! Maybe she's like, Archie was right, we should kill this loser. What? Emiya-kun suddenly flipped over? No, wait, what did you do, Emiya? Did you install a motor in your chair? Wait, so he only peeked his head out? How does this work? I take a peek out. So you don't actually walk out there? You just peeked out the moment you peeked out? Oh, boy. So they didn't actually see the full transaction. She probably powered the eraser with magic. The bitch. Is that a ninja move? Is it a ninja move, Emiya? If it is, it's Rin's ninja move. Oh, that's funny. Ninja move is related to Rin. Oh, that's funny. That's not even really a spoiler. I could explain why that's funny, but I won't leave you confused if you don't know why that's funny. Ouch! Everyone makes a commotion over the strange incident. They surround me, who's turned over along with my chair, and watch me with worried, no, curious looks. You could at least be worried, you jerks. It's too slapstick to be worried.
Thank you. Goto,
Orinja? Of course, we must get Goto's opinion on the matter. Thanks. Wait, what did it look like to you, Goto? Of course, we're on the Goto route now. Screw the Rin route, this is the Goto route. You just did something like a flip? It seemed like you did a flip while sitting in that chair. That's impressive. Goto-kun requests that I teach him how to do it. Well, I'm sure it'll be a good laugh if he does a flip like that the instant the teacher points at him. That would require some skill on the teacher's part, so I can understand how he's jealous of me. Especially given that he's a bit of a class clown, I think? Question mark? I don't know. But that's not the problem right now. The devil that shot the eraser bullet is looking at me to shoot another one. Okay, you're gonna make me come to you. I can't come. You're not gonna come to me, huh? This is our entire relationship, isn't it? I have to make you jealous by spending time with Saber. Does this help make you even more jealous, or does this hurt the relationship? I don't know. Sorry, Goto. I'll talk to you later. I have urgent business. The Goto route will have to continue another time. The desk is safe, so I grab my lunch and get up. But it hurts. More so than the hip I hit. The forehead where the eraser hit me is hurting. Woof, that was one powerful eraser hit. Did she go back to the other room for that, to get an eraser? Just for an eraser? She didn't take an eraser with her, huh? Oh, that's how worried she was about you, that she forgot to take maybe her supplies with her when she came here. But now, this time she was prepped and had her supplies. Her, school utensil supplies, as it were. Tosaka, you! I scream at the shooter while holding onto my red forehead. It's your fault for standing there absent-mindedly. She saw you pull out your lunch, that's what did it, because she wanted to have lunch with you, but then you started eating your own lunch, you baka. I get it. It's your fault for standing there absent-mindedly. It's nice to eat lunch peacefully, but you're in no position to do so, right? You're pulling the ultimate sun out of her. Flipping a person over is doing too much. I would have died if I was unlucky. Is that what you wanted? I thought you came to apologize.
れぐらいで死んじゃうような体じゃないでしょ。
No way. You don't have a body that'll die so easily. That doesn't excuse your abuse just because you know that. Even if you did see earlier where I was in a really bad position from the debris from the Berserker fight, and if you took note of that, that doesn't mean, you know, grumble, grumble. And you don't even know the whole full story about that, I don't think.
ま、そんなことどうでもいいわ。ちょっと話があるからついてきて。
Well, I don't care about that. I want to talk to you, so follow me. So forceful this time. I feel like we lost win points, but whatever. If we did, we'll go back on it later.
話があるって、それって作戦会議か。
Talk with me. Are we gonna have a strategic meeting?
当たり前でしょ。ほら急ぐわよ。エミヤ君がのんびりしてたおかげで時間がないんだから。
Of course. Let's
早くし
hurry.
ないとお昼休み終わっちゃうじゃない。
We don't have much time since you were taking your time. Lunchtime will end unless we hurry. She looks away awkwardly and starts walking. Okay, she's still awkward. That's good. Good sign. Hmm? Is it just me? It looks like Tosaka's not doing well. She doesn't like hurting you, after all. Maybe she was mad that Archer hurt you. So, she brings me to the empty rooftop. Oh, okay. So now it just plays out basically the same. Interesting. Alright, alright. I wonder if the eraser got added to her, because her status and weapons got updated, but why? Okay, I'll skip. Choice? Oh, yeah, I'll skip the choice. Oh, look, we had a choice. Right, what day is this? Let's make sure to save here, so we don't make wrong choices. Let's continue along the bottom, I don't know, continue along the bottom pathway. I still know roughly my route has been like this. I can just continue filling this screen, I suppose. Is eraser in our weapons? What day are we on? They're on the 7th day. The 8th day is the next one that matters. Okay. Right then. So, search for Shinji with the two of us. Use the command spell. Last time, I said, let's search for Shinji with the two of us, because I really wanted to see the two of them do like a duo fight, and not have to call Saber. But then we ended up calling Saber anyways. So I guess I'm just gonna call Saber right away. Have I not done this one already? I don't remember. I know I've definitely done the top one. I don't remember if I went back and checked the bottom one or not. But yeah, let's use this command spell to call for Saber. I haven't. Alright. That's the best choice we have. Hold on. Oh no, we don't have eraser. I want eraser as a weapon. That's the best choice we have. If Shinji's servant created this boundary field, I just need to call for Saber.
Tosaka, Saber を呼ぶ。レイジの使い方を教えてくれ。
Tosaka, I'm calling for Saber. Tell me how to use the command spell. Right, in the other version, as I go to search, Rin's like, stop, we need to use the command spell. And he's like, alright, I'll summon Saber. And it's like, yeah, I'll summon Archer too. And she's like, no, you don't summon Archer. Here, though, I just go straight for summoning Saber. So, it doesn't change much, but I wonder if it affects Rin points? I don't know. I'm calling for Saber. Tell me how to use the command spell.
ちょっと待って。セイバーを呼ぶなら私も。
Yeah, she's more caught off guard here because I jumped straight to it instead of her bringing up the idea. Oh, hold on. If you're gonna call for Saber, I'll also...
遠坂は昨日レイジを使ったんだろう。なら次は俺の番だ。
You used your command spell yesterday, so it's my turn today.
セイバーを呼んでどうにもならないなら、その時はアーチャーを呼べばいい。それで、レイジの使い方は
We can call for Archer if Saber can't handle the situation by herself. So, how do I use the command spell?
左手に意識を固めて。
Ooh.
目はつむった方がいい。
Does she just agree immediately? We can call for Archer if Saber can't handle the situation. Interesting. The agree immediately is interesting because it suggests she's less concerned about me, but that's maybe just because of this choice versus the other one. Then the other one might just in general be Archer's a cockbag. The other one just in general might be Rin points because why? Because it suggests I'm not so tied to Saber? Maybe. Concentrate on your left hand. It's better if you close your eyes.
頭の中で自分のレイジの形をイメージして、スルッと紐解くだけでいいわ。
Imagine the shape of your command spell and release
解
it.
くときは命令をしながらよ。
Give an order while you release it, of course. close my eyes. I can't take my time. I eliminate any thought in my head as quickly as I can. I concentrate on my second command spell. The Saber Summoning. And I release the command spell without any hesitation. Oh, Itatai. My hand burns. At the same time, I feel an unnatural heaviness right beside me, and a knight in silver emerges from the heavy void. Saber! Saber! Come in response to your summons. What's the situation, Master? It is grave enough for you to use your command spell, correct? Kinda, sorta. We don't have getting into a big fight anyways. But, I mean, I guess you did have to fight against Castor, otherwise, you know, maybe she would have done some grody-ness to us for longer. Use your command spell, correct? It's just as it looks. The servant activates boundary field. I'll remove the boundary field as fast as possible. I understand. I certainly feel the presence of servant on this floor. This floor? Servants on the 4th floor? Because that's Castor, but then there's another one lower down or whatever, right? I'm sure if it were about it, Ren. No, I'm sure it's the case if you say so, but that's too strange. I can feel the origin of the boundary fields on the 1st floor. Right. What a twist! It's for sure it's what I feel, source of the boundary fields to be on the 1st floor. Alright, so the scene basically plays out the same afterwards regardless. Two alternatives, huh? If Shinji arranged for his servants to go wants to be a tribe, everyone in the school had plans for the wrong choice. They're announced if he's here. You need to use the command spell. He's not answering. This boundary field has us totally cut off from the outside world. If I have to use a command spell, or we'll have to wait for him to detect this and come here. To detect this, huh? Shiro's bad at detecting magical things, but he'd probably be looking out for this, especially if he's at this point already like, oh yeah, I gotta kill Shiro. Dashes. Tosaka and Saber glare at each other. Oh. Oh, right, because Saber's probably still like, oh, Archer, that cockbag. Oh, yeah, Rip Rider without it, wherever you are. Or whoever you are. Whoever indeed. But now's not the time to be doing so. Think Tosaka doesn't have the composure. The best thing we do right now is... Rider's death. Oh, that's the name of the scene? Yeah, let's skip that one. Quarrel. Yeah, we can skip that one. Thinking in the night. Return home bedtime. Yeah, we can skip that one. Story. Yeah, we can skip that one. Rin-sama angry. No, not angry. We can skip that one. Lunchtime, student counselor room. Suspicion toward Issei is lifted, but we can skip that one. If we ask him, we lead to a Taiga dojo, so it'll be pointless. I guess it won't work. I'm not going to bother saving. I remember this one pretty well. Because that one bugs me. Chasing too far prohibited. Skip this scene. Yeah, we can skip that one. Another blessing for this loser. Skip this one. Yeah, we can skip this one. Choice. Oh, this choice is important, I believe. This is the 8th day choice that matters, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so, make a save here, because that's going to be important. Yeah, we're going around the outside. I can remember how this works. On the 8th day, we have to make her happy. Which apparently refers to Saber, it seems. Because that's what the choice implies, you know, and based on everything else. But this is the one that really caught me off guard. Because I'm like, oh, this should be the Rin one. Wait, we have to do the opposite? Yeah, so. Our choices are, I'm worried about soccer, I'll go to the Mato household. Oh yeah, I have to contact Tosaka or Mitsan Salad. They'll make a huge meal to make Saber happy. So clearly, we're supposed to be making Saber happy, which means completely ignoring the Tosaka situation. It's interesting because when as always, I wanted to follow up on Sakura, but we didn't run into Sakura, we just ran into Tosaka anyway. So, I'm curious if we go on the Tosaka here, what that means, what Shiro will do to try and find Tosaka. So I'm going to click that one first, and then we'll go do the correct one, which is, you know, make her jelly by doing the Saber thing. But I have to contact Tosaka. I assume they both end up at the Mata house anyways. But, yeah. Yeah, I have to go tell Tosaka that Issei's innocent before she attacks him. Oh yeah, on the 8th day of Grail were the da-da-da-da-da 5 golden Gilgameshes. I should hurry. I'll go get my violent partner before our relationship with Issei becomes a terrible one. I mean, I think it's already pretty bad, but okay, do your best, buddy. So are we gonna follow her, or are we gonna meet up with her before she even leaves school? Right, she's already following up on Sakura because we see her on the way there. Tosaka-san already went home. Then, I'm knocked out after returning to class 2A after I've searched all over the place. She trusted you. She trusted you had something important to do with Issei, and she wanted to look out for Sakura. You should be happy. Man, she was sorry to do something, but she went home already? This is getting stupid. What a baka Tosaka is. The baka Tosaka, it rhymes. I can contact Tosaka over the phone after I get home. Oh, so when we do the Sakura choice, we end up sort of running into Tosaka, but when we do the Tosaka choice, we abandon her because we don't know where she is? Interesting. I thought something like that might happen, but I wasn't sure. Interesting. Okay, where does this lead? I check the student directory as soon as I get home and call Tosaka. Oh, we call her from our house. Okay. So we don't actually, okay. That's neat. Huh, alright. So we get closer to her by doing the Sakura choice, funnily enough. And yet the Saber choice is apparently the rightest of all because it makes her jealous? I check the student directory as soon as I get home and call Tosaka. That's one way to find her. Ring, ring. Some people might think of that as stalking. She picks up after dozens of rings, and right when I was about to give up, of course she does. That's just the tsundere-est thing to do. It's when we followed after, it's when we looked for the Matos, we ran into Rin, that's when we saw Gilgamesh around the Mato house. And we had the scene of Rin up against me, the Hubba Hubba scene, which I don't actually have saved as an image right now, but it's in my mind. She picks up after dozens of rings, and right when I was about to give up. This is Tosaka. The voice is definitely Tosaka's. But has she been mind controlled by Gilgamesh already? Hello, this is Emiya. Do you have time right now? Whoa! That is some random huge foreshadowing, maybe. Huh? What are you playing around for? Huh? No way, is it for real? So, she thinks I'm Archer. Which, of course, I am Archer. But our voices are so different. What does this mean? Does this mean that she already... I guess by this point, maybe she's already had enough dreams... Maybe at this point she's already have enough dreams to know that Shiro is Archer. Or at least to suspect it. And maybe she had a dream of Archer when he was younger recently. And has that voice in her head. So when Shiro calls and has that voice, maybe... I don't know, maybe Archer has messed with her earlier recently. Maybe after... I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. It's definitely weird, but I can see the through line, but it's definitely weird. It's like, Archer doesn't know that Rin knows that he's Shiro, right? If Archer knew, then it might just be something where Archer messes with Rin by using the Shiro voice to mess with her, but I don't think Archer knows that Rin knows. So, or even if Archer suspects Rin knows, I don't think they're open about it with each other. So, it'd be weird for that voice to be in her head. I guess the voice has probably been in her head sometimes, but, like, it wouldn't be something Archer would be doing intentionally. Archer has actually cranked call her like this before because he would. I could see him doing that, but doing it with his younger voice? And I don't know, it's weird. I could see him doing that if he, like, they both had an understanding of who he was, but I doubt he would have told her, even if she figured out. It's weird. It's weird. I can maybe see how it could have worked, but it's weird. What are you playing around for? Huh? No way. Is it for real?
あのな、お前にいたずら電話かけるほど余裕ないぞ、俺。
That's a big fucking giveaway. What are you playing around for? You could think that maybe she's talking to someone else, but it doesn't seem like it given that she's talking on the phone. Like, I could see it where maybe Archer did some, like, was talking to her in her head at the same time as she picked up the phone. And maybe that's what you could be led to believe, but... Hey, no, I don't have enough free time to be playing pranks on you.
そういうんじゃなくて、ごめん、ちょっとびっくりしただけ。それで何かあったの？
No, sorry. I was just surprised. So what's going on? It's surprising for you to call me. It's true though. If he didn't impersonate the voice, it wouldn't work. Whether he knows she knows has nothing to do with it. But yeah, if he doesn't know that she knows, or I guess it's possible that he doesn't think she knows, and then pretends to prank call her with his younger voice without knowing that she knows, but she knows, so when the younger voice comes in her head, she's like, oh, Archer's prank calling me, but Archer doesn't know that she knows that Archer's doing it? Then it's possible, I guess. But how long would Archer have known for in that case? Weird. That's interesting. But, sorry, I was just surprised. So what's going on? It's surprising for you to call me. It's also true, though, that over the phone your voice will sound slightly different. I guess that's the best possible interpretation I can think of. Archer's kind of figured out at this point, and then maybe decided to mess with Rin. Maybe they're having their own character arc off screen, and decided to mess with Rin by prank calling her. But you know, like, didn't know that she knew, but she knew already because of the dreams. He could have suspected that she knew. Anyways, it's surprising for you to call me. What's her exact wording? What are you playing around for, R? But calling himself Emiya. Hello, this is Emiya. Do you have the time right now? He did call himself Emiya as well, because, you know, the future Archer would call himself Emiya rather than Shiro, as it were. But, interesting. Fascinating. It's surprising for you to call me.
何かって一星のことだよ。朝約束しただろ。今日中にはっきりさせるって。結論から言うと、一星はマスターじゃなかった。
It's about Issei. We promised this morning to get this cleared up today, right?
間違いない。
To tell you the result, Issei wasn't a master. I'm sure Vincent didn't have a command spell. Well, I mean, he maybe had a command spell on him of sorts, but not the way you were looking for.
本当？驚いたわ。本当に今日中に調べるなんて。けど一星は白か。
Really?
当てはなくなったけど、それならそれでいいか。
I'm surprised you really did check it out today, but Issei's innocent, huh? Well, we're out of suspects, but I guess that's good as well. I wonder if we end up talking to Rin as well, even in the make Saber happy route, because we have to have this talk about how Issei's innocent, I would assume. I wonder when that would happen and how it would happen. Interesting. I guess that's good as well. I don't know if she's relieved or disappointed. I can't grasp her reaction too well over the phone. Yeah, probably a little of both. She wanted to find the master, but also it's good that Issei's not an enemy, I guess.
とにかくご苦労様。マスター探しの方針はまた明日考えるとして。要件はそれだけ？なら切るけど。
Well, thanks for your work. We'll think about what to do after the search tomorrow. So, is that all the business you have? Then I'll be hanging up. So this is a choice, because yeah, going to the Mato house and seeing that scene of the hubba hubba scene of us being close, and also seeing Gilgamesh at the Mato house seems all pretty important. But the Archer, the little Archer drop here, regardless of how it makes logical entire sense, the little Archer foreshadowing is also pretty important, I would say. So makes me wonder what the Saber third thing is. I'll be hanging up. So is that all the business you have with me then? Because if it isn't, I'll be hanging up. We'll do it at the search. I'm reading backwards again. Ellipses. I don't have any more business. But there's something I'm curious about. Oh?
遠坂、 さっき驚いてたみたいだけど、そっちで何かあったのか?
Oh, okay, we're gonna act at some extra insight. Tosaki, you seemed to be surprised earlier, but did something happen over there? Dashes. I can feel Tosaki's bewilderment over the phone. She doesn't know how to respond, maybe? After a brief silence, she's bewildered. Maybe she herself didn't fully put together the Shiro-Archer connection just yet. But for some reason, over the phone, maybe Shiro's voice reminded her of Archer's for some reason. Like, she put a connection, like, you guys kind of sound similar in a certain perspective. Maybe. After a brief silence... Okay, that is what it is. Over the phone, his voice sounds more similar to Archer. And maybe Archer has called her before, but only with his normal voice. Maybe not with an actual telephone, but just in her mind. Maybe Archer's voice in Rin's mind sounds different than Archer speaking out loud, and Shiro's voice over the phone sounds a bit similar to whatever Archer's voice is when he's projecting inside Rin's head. I could see that being a thing. No, I was surprised because your voice sounded different over the phone. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, well, the voice can sound different over a phone. She answers in a cold voice and hangs up the phone. Woof. She's apparently bewildered, though. Bewilderment over the phone. Yeah, so maybe this was before she'd fully put the connection together. Okay, okay. Maybe she had ideas, but okay, alright. Okay. Nice. I like that. I like that. It's a nice little bit of foreshadowing. And I'm totally okay with the over-the-phone shtick. I'm willing to buy that. And then? Oh, reason. Hold on. We can't continue on this timeline. Reason. Oh, is this about Shiro's reason to something? I don't remember. Anyways, though, we have to go back to... Where are we? Oh, we've almost filled up this whole screen. We're here. Make her happy. Sure, skip it. Right then, so we need to make her happy. Her being Saber. So I wonder how we're going to talk to her and tell her about Issei in this route. But yeah, meat's on sale today. I'll make a huge meal to make Saber happy. That feels so like the wrong choice. That feels so much like you're slacking duty. But sure. Make a huge meal to make Saber happy. Oh, I think they're having a sale in the shopping district today. Saber's looking forward to dinner, so it might be good to make an expensive meal today. Alright, oh boy. I can contact Tosaka after I get home. Oh, okay, but you're still going to contact Tosaka? Okay. And is she going to get jealous of the big meal you make for Saber then? Yeah? I just bought some beef fillet. Aw, you wanted more, but you couldn't afford anything, or you gave up at the last minute? Where's the music? The music needs to set the scene. Should it be funny music, serious music, sad music, happy music? Oh, there we go. And veal too. Okay, just nonchalant music. Beef fillet and veal too. It's just rare, expensive, and doesn't taste that different, but I fell for the butcher's sale talk and bought it. Oh, I see. You got caught in a trap. A buyer's trap. You got buyer's remorse. It's just rare, expensive, and doesn't taste that different. Ah, I see. So it's like, what's the old saying? Snake wine? Snake oil. That's what it's called, right? Hold on, I gotta Google this so I don't know that I'm not crazy. Snake oil. Yeah. The idea is that it's basically just the same regular shit, but they charged it as a more expensive price, so you think it's better, but it's not. I fell for the butcher's sale talk and bought it. Oh, well, it was pretty cheap. Wait, I don't get it. It's pretty cheap? But oh, I see. He made it out to be like, oh, it's this super expensive thing that I'm putting on sale. But it's actually just the regular thing, and it's priced probably appropriately, I would assume. Oh, well, it was pretty cheap. I consider that I've blown a day's worth of work on it. Saber looks like she likes meat, so maybe it doesn't matter what kind of meat? Saber looks like, she likes meat? How, I don't know. What a specific eye you have for the kind of, you are a foodie, but, And you do have good eyesight of a sort, so I can see that maybe you can see that kind of thing about a person. It's just interesting. You can see the structure of weapons, so maybe you can see the taste habits of people, even servants. Veal underaged beef? Oh, rip. Saber looks like she has meat. We've been having home cooking all these times, so I'm sure she'll be happy if I make something like a Western-style full course. Oh boy, let's go. I mean, it'll still be home cooking of sorts, but... Underaged? Because Saber's kind of underaged? I get it. Although, from a certain perspective, Saber's overaged. You know, depends on how you look at it. She's underage, she's overaged, but for me, she's just the right age. It'd be perfect if I could get horse dovers. Hors d'oeuvre. Dessert and cheese too, but it'd be hard on my wallet. Of course, those hors d'oeuvre. I don't know French. Saber's one thing, but if I gave Fujini that kind of gourmet meal, it'd be... Yes? It'd be what? I see something strange out of the corner of my eye. Oh no, what do you see? Ellipses. Who do you see? What do you see? What is it? It can't just be Rin, right? Because Rin should be at Sakura's place, right? Something strange out of the corner of my eye. I wonder what it is and turn to the cake shop. Four. Oh, is it just more food? For a second I thought you saw someone, like, maybe you see Issei! Or, no, not Issei. I meant Ilya, but, you know, they both start with the same letter, and I have that problem sometimes. I wonder what it is, and turn to the cake shop floor. Oh! That is someone related to Ilya! Oh, fuck! Is that some kind of a uniform? Yeah, or... the H and S are both silent because French is bizarre. Yeah, I mean, I learned a little bit of French back in the day, and I'm like, I'm just piecing out, man. I can't take the idea that there's, like, male words and female words. It's too weird. Is that some kind of a uniform? That's an Ilya person relation! The girl is wearing a uniform unfit for this downtown area is troubling the woman at the cake shop. Oh, she's getting sweets for Ilya. Duh, that's a cute little aside. I get curious and stop. Oh yes, I'm super curious as well. From what I can hear, it seems the money the girl is trying to pay with is not Japanese yen, and the woman at the cake shop is stumped as to what she can do. Oh no! Oh boy. We saw Ilya around this place in Timeline 1 a lot, so maybe the idea is that, maybe the idea is that we like seeing, is that she likes getting, like, the sweets from this area, maybe. But this time she felt uncomfortable going out because of reasons, so she had her person do it instead. I don't know. What has Ilya been doing this whole time? If we can get some insight into what Ilya's been doing this whole time in this choice, that would make me very happy. I'm not sure why Rin would become happy about it, but I'll take it. What I can hear, it seems the money... I already read all this. On top of that, it seems that the girl can't speak much Japanese. Ah, yes, because they're primarily... Russian? Yeah, that sounds correct in my mind. Ellipses. Well, I got a bargain. I guess I'll do something about it since I happen to walk by. Oh, you're gonna help out Ilya's friend. Friend? Quote unquote, sort of. I'll do something since I happen to walk by. And? What do you do? Thank you very much! I guess that's the cake owner. Yeah, Ilya's veal to me. I look at her and it's like, oh, that looks Russian. I guess that's racist. I don't know. Her outfit looks Russian to me. And you know, Russia is a snowy place. Apologies for the racism. Thank you very much! I'm thanked twofold and leave the cake shop. Einsberg and Ilias veal sounds like Russian names to me. Maybe I just don't know enough about Russia. I'm thankful twofold and leave the cake shop. Or no, I'm thanked twofold, but maybe you're also thankful. You can be. Thank you. You helped me for cake. Cakey. German? There's nothing Russian about her. This outfit looks Russian to me. And Ilya's design, also her outfit she wears while she's here, to me it looks like a Russian outfit. She's German? Okay. I mean, I'll believe it, but, I don't know. I don't know enough about other cultures, I suppose. I guess this is my racism showing. but my ignorance showing. But I hear names like Einsburn, Ilya, and I even look at their attire and I'm like, oh, that's Russian. Apologies for the racism. What it comes down to is they're from a wintry place. I know wintry is... Russia is kind of a colder place. I don't tend to think of Germany as a more colder place. Yeah, no, I never would have picked Ilya for a German unless I was straight up told. I'd look at her and I'd think, oh yeah, you're a foreign person. Sounds like Russian. But anyways, thank you. You helped me for cake. This girl thanks me as well in funny Japanese. I haven't done much. Canada is cold. What do you think? Ilya's Canadian? I mean, I'm from Canada. But, no, I wouldn't. I look at that attire. I know Canadian attire, and I'm like, that doesn't fit Canada's look. It doesn't fit the American look. And the name doesn't sound at all American as well. But, I mean, yeah, she could just be from a cold part of Germany. But I know Russia is generally colder. Canada is too, but I think, you know, shut up. Just let me be racist, okay? I haven't done much. All I did was money exchange, and I just traded the 2,000 yen bills I had with the paper money she had. Ah, I see. So, hey, you earned some German/Russian money. Success!
Oh,
look at how polite she is. Change, left over, you can have it. I would have been so excited if I had picked this. I'm kind of glad I didn't. If I had picked this my first time through this timeline, I would have been so excited to see Ilya's person, because I'm like, oh yes, we're gonna get some Ilya soon! But like, unless this branched us off into a bizarrely different pathway, I don't think we are. And then I would have gotten so upset. Where's my fucking Ilya? Ah! So. Change, left over, you can have it. Hold on, let me look up just to, you know, just real quick. What's the German and Russian currency? Let's see here. Russian currency name. Rubles, they use rubles. And then what about Germany? German currency name. Euros. Oh, they use euros. Oh, okay. Really? I didn't know they used euros. Who uses euros? I mean, Europe uses euros. And Germany is a part of Europe. I knew that. No, wait. Is that right? I don't know my shit good enough. I'm not great when it comes to the different countries. Hold on, I'm gonna Google something stupid. Is Germany in Europe? The European Union. Oh, okay. Sure. Okay. Sentences, complete them, please. Oh, you mean this girl? She doesn't know enough Japanese. When did you even see her, though? Who? This girl? If you mean this girl, no, not from Zero. I don't remember enough about Zero. If this girl was in Fate Zero, I don't remember her from Fate Zero. She's been in the game before. She was in Timeline 1. In one of the bad endings. I think she was in one of the bad endings, and then I think she's been in a couple different places. I've definitely seen her before. I don't know her from Fate Zero. There's at least one bad ending where this girl has shown up before in Timeline 1. If she was in Fate Zero, I don't remember her from Fate Zero. But, yes, we've seen her in bad endings at the very least. I don't remember if we've seen her in Timeline 1 proper. I guess you guys are saying we haven't, but I definitely remember her. There's at least one bad ending where Ilya goes to turn me into homunculus. But I feel like we saw her even outside of bad endings. Maybe I'm wrong. I definitely remember her, though. Anyways. Change, left over, you can have it. Yeah, she shoved Shiro and a doll in a couple bad endings, I think. And I guess these two were around. Yeah, that sounds correct. Shiro becoming a doll is a pretty good ending. If she becomes an Ilya doll, I'm down for it. I'd say that's one of the better endings.
ね、あ、いや、さっきので十分だって。10フラン紙幣ちゃんと2枚もらったから。
No, I got enough money already. You gave me 2 10 franc bills? Oh, hold on, now I gotta Google what that is. What are 10 franc bills? Is franc spelled with a C or a K? C. Hold on. Franc bills. What is that? What are franc bills? French francs? 10 franc bills. 10 franc bills. Swiss franc? How much is 10 francs worth? 10 francs is roughly 12 cents. US. Oh, US. Okay, dollars to francs. Swiss. It's Swiss money. That's interesting. So she's German, but she's using Swiss money? Is there a German franc? Are there other francs? Do I know anyone else named Frank? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Hold on. G, Georgian, Guyanese. Nope, I don't see a German franc. They're using Swiss money. Weird. Yandere is still a worse dere. I appreciate me a good yandere. In real life, obviously they're problematic, but I enjoy fictional yanderes quite a bit. No, I got enough money already. You gave me 2 10 franc bills, which is worth like 20 cents or something, according to my Googling, which 20 cents would be about 20 yen? I don't know. Prices. Ellipses. Those dead eyes. The girl dressed like Nightingale. I know what that is, roughly. Maybe if their money in a Swiss bank? Ah, yes. The trope of the rich people. We're hiding our money away in a Swiss bank account because it's tax-free or something. That may not even be true. I don't know. There's banks somewhere are tax-free. I don't know. And the big corporations use them to dodge tax collecting like greedy big corporations do. And then they still get tax returns because they're a bunch of D-bags. The girl dressed like Nightingale looked around absent-mindedly. Finish shopping. Sayonara. Aw, don't say sayonara as if we'll never see each other again this timeline. I'm sure we won't, but it'd be nice to believe we will. It's not about taxes, but how apparently hard to track it is. I know I've heard Swiss bank account as a thing used before, but which is totally fake in modern times. So, like, in the past, Swiss money was hard to track. Interesting. So maybe that's why just the Einsberns have it there for tradition. The Caribbean is for tax evasion? Alright. The Swiss will sell you out if they think your money is illegal. She bows and leaves. Alright, how do we follow up on that situation? I watch her go, thinking to myself about the unusual event. Then, what then?
Ah, so da. Keiki suki nano?
Oh yeah, do you like cakes? Do we get any insight into Ilya at all? The other 2 choices seem pretty important. This should be important. I get curious and ask her. The girl in white stops and stares around absent-mindedly. She seems genuinely thankful. This is the first time really getting a real look into her personality, if there is one. If she's not just a straight-up, I don't know, homunculus. Because, like, in Timeline 1, they were just following Ilya's orders, but part of me thought that they were maybe in on it with the big, grody Einsvern family, that they were, if anything, just using Ilya. But the way she's acting now is pretty, I don't know, it seems kind of cute. Too cute for someone who's just abusing them, as it were. Like, they're acting as her liaison, but only as long as she fulfills the Einsvern destiny. Was sort of, the idea I had initially about them, but... The girl in white stops and stares around absentmindedly. Ah, yes. That is the other of the 2, because we've seen 2. I don't remember their names, but one of them, I guess, is named Sella. So you must be the other one, unless you're referring to yourself in third person. I don't remember your name to know if you would be. Yes, Sella likes common tastes. Oh, you're not even getting it for Ilya, you're getting it for Sella. How sweet. Unless you're Sella. I don't know. That's still sweet, at least. It means you're not getting it just for Ilya. It means you're getting it for your own sake. Which is good, I think? I don't know. She gives a vague answer. Is that it? I check the student directory as soon as I get home. Okay, so we're still gonna have this, but I assume she's not gonna still call me Archer, because that seemed like the significant part of that one timeline. Ring, 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 ring. Oh yeah, I guess before that she was calling herself by her own thing, right? Well, not really. She wasn't even referring to herself by her name before that. Change left over, you can have it. Thank you, you helped. Oh, yeah, you helped me. She called herself me. So, she could have been referring to herself because her Japanese is bad. But she could have also not been. I can see it going both ways. Also, if you speak normal Japanese, a lot of the time you do just refer to yourself by your own name. Or, I mean, you'd call yourself like Boku or something, but rather you refer to other people by their own name a lot, which is different, but... Yeah, she did use me at least once. Ring, ring. She picks up after dozens of rings, and right when I was about to give up. Oh, she's not caught off guard at all. Interesting. I wonder why. Maybe she already had time to process the situation because it took me longer to call this time. Maybe. This is Tosaka. The voice is definitely Tosaka. Emiya, do you have time right now? Wait! What? We still get this? We still get this in this timeline? What a jip! You get double your money in this timeline. In the other timeline, that was the whole important thing, was the R. But in this timeline, we get that, and we also get frickin' the frickin' Ilya tease a little bit. So, this is such the better timeline. For sure, 100%. She picks up after dozens of rings, and right when I was about to give up, it's Tosaka. Voice is definitely Tosaka's. Izemi, do you have time right now? Huh? What are you playing around for? Huh? No way. Is it for real? Hey, no, I don't have enough free time to be playing pranks on you. Sorry, I was just surprised. Surprised that you could call me. Promise this morning to get cleared up, right? Huh. So the other option, you just get totally gypped. Trying to follow through on Tosaka is the worst choice. Of course, the other choices both, they both get you closer to Tosaka in a way, because one of them gets you literally closer to Tosaka, and then the other one gets you apparently closer to Rin's route, because she gets jealous of Saber or something, I don't know. But, yeah, interesting. Issei wasn't a master, I'm sure, since she didn't command command spell. Really? I'm surprised you really checked it today. Well, it's a master, I guess it's a good result. I don't know if she's relieved or disappointed. I can't grasp her reaction too well over the phone. Thanks for your work. So all the business you have, I'll be hanging up. Ellipses. I don't have any more business. But there's something I'm curious about. Something happened. I can feel Tosaka's bewilderment. Right, because it's still like, Archer! Oh wait, did she not give you the insight? Actually, wait a second. Hold on. Cancel. Don't skip. Let me history. I can feel Tosaka's bewilderment. After a brief silence, no, I was just surprised because your voice sounds different. No, she still said your voice sounds different. So she still added that part in. Okay. Alright, dinner ends. We can just control through this. What's even happening right now? I don't know. Our next important choice is the 10th night, so. This is a fancy dinner. I got you guys a fancy dinner, you know. So I hope you like it. It's not my doing. He has 2 teachers. Does that mean... Oh, right, he's cheating on you. Right, because he's learning from Archer. Of course. Yeah, exactly. Not use the Shin at the dojo, Shiro? Fujimura Taiga Nibbles. Kendo, boy. Kishiro's child. Right, and this is when Shiro gets ticked off that Taiga's starting to tell Saber about his backstory, which is all scary. Or rather, he would have gotten more ticked off with Sakura, but he actually, you know, lets it bleed through with Saber. Now I'm remembering. Does not change even now. That's the answer. Shiro? I'm leaving the living room as if I'm running away from something. Yes, you are, because you're like, no, that's not true. My wish is real. Kiritsugu's wish, my wish isn't just borrowed. Oh, no. Because I admire them. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh boy. Shut up. You never know until you try. Yeah, because Archer still at this point said that it's just a borrowed dream. Grumble, grumble. Right. A Story of a Night. Yeah, we can skip that. Guests at the Rito Temple. Nice little drinky winky. Yeah, we can skip that. Ambush. Decisive action. Ah, yes, when we ambush Kazuki. Skip. It's too dangerous. Stop Tosaka. I don't believe this choice matters. But I've already seen it, so stop Tosaka. Stop. Skip this scene? Sure. Master the Magus. Skip this scene? Sure. Poisonous Stake. Skip this scene? You betcha. Defeat. Skip this scene? Sure. Right. We have to protect Tosaka, because if we help Saber, it's a bad ending. Skip this scene? Yes. Plan failed. Rin's Wonder. Skip. Rebound. Skip. Result of Utnapatism? Is that different from Utopietism? Skip this scene? Sure. Half of the body paralyzed. Skip. Rin strikes back. Oh, 10th night. This might be important. Oh, wait. Or is this when she wants to take me on the date? Because I'm not having fun. Right, this would be around the time for her to take me on the date, because Saber's about to get abducted. That happens after, or rather, yeah, because that happens after she becomes interested personally in Shiro when she sees him sword birth in the Kazuki fight, which just happened. Fujine versus Rin. Before dinner. Oh, no, so the 11th day must be the date. Okay, wait, hold on. This is the 10th night, so this must be a choice that matters. Sure, let's just fill up the last one. Oh boy. The Tosaka jealousy continues. Are we making her too jealous, though? To the point where she won't even like us? Maybe. Very possible. I have to be more delicate the second time through, if that's true. Okay, so, what are we doing? What is the choice I'm supposed to make? Talk in dojo, 10th night. So, I'll go talk to Saber at the dojo, of course. We're making Tosaka jelly. But, I'll pass since it's cold. Mandarin. I have to talk to Tosaka. What did I choose last time? I don't remember. I want to say I chose Tosaka, right? Or did I do Mandarin because it's funny? I might have done Mandarin because of chat demand. Let me just double check. I guess I didn't do Mandarin. I must have done Tosaka because I wanted to do the Tosaka route. So let's just watch Mandarin. I'll rest before we resume the strategy meeting. The relationship between cat, table heater, and mandarins. Oh boy! Yeah, I must have done the Rin choice. Yeah, okay. The Mandarin scene, because I remembered like an orange scene, but it was from earlier on. Much earlier on, now that I think about it. Yeah. I chose Rin because I wanted to do the Rin route. But turns out, spoilers, the Rin route is actually choosing the Saber option. Anyways, I'll rest before we resume the strategy meeting. The relationship between cat, table heater, and mandarins. It's been snowing outside, so it'd be nice to relax in here. Oh boy. Cat, table heater, and mandarins? Is the cat Taiga in this particular case? Is she the cat? We don't have table heater. We don't have... Aren't you supposed to say a table heater? We don't have table heater at our place, though.
Shiro, mikan taberu no?
Oh, I'm already laughing so much at this scene that I haven't even seen yet. Huh? You're gonna eat, some mandarins?
食べるよ。まだ段ボールいっぱい残ってるんだから、暇を見つけて片付けないと腐らせちまうだろ?
Yeah, there's still a box full left, and they'll rot if we don't eat them.
段ボール3箱は予想外だったけど、せっかく藤姉が買ってきたんだ。全部食べないともったいない。
3 boxes were unexpected, but you went and bought them. It'll be a waste unless we eat them all. She bought so many mandarins because they were gonna eat oranges or mandarins or... I mean, they're basically the same thing, right? I mean, they all have the orange color. But yeah, 3 boxes is a lot. Like, 1 box would be a lot of mandarins, but 3. You gotta eat them mandarins. You gotta use them up, not waste food. Do it before they spoil. Mandarins spoil. They should. I don't know. Eventually. Yeah, they should. If you're not keeping them in the right storage, they will definitely spoil. But I sit on the cushion, even in the right storage. They'll spoil eventually if they don't have, like, you know, some added, you know, weirdness to extend their life cycle, you know, where they put, like, pieces of fish in the fruit or whatever. How that good gnarliness goes. That'd be a waste unless we eat them all. I sit on the cushion and pour some tea.
じゃあシロには3個あげる。
Hey, 3, which is fitting because he said Mandarin, Mandarin, Mandarin. And 3 boxes, 3 boxes, 3 mandarins. It's because there's 3 timelines. Obviously, it's all a premonition. They're a type of orange. I thought so. Fruit tends to spoil pretty quickly. Yeah, I was thinking so. I'm like, yeah, they spoil pretty quickly. You can keep them fresh somewhat if you keep them in a cold temperature, but it only does so much if they haven't been artificially altered. I'll give you 3.
飯の後だぞ。そんなに食えるか。
I just ate, you idiot. I can't eat that many. I wonder what they ate for this dinner. It wasn't... Obviously, I skipped through it, so... I take 2 and start peeling the skin off. It's always like, oh, they're so cheap. Let's buy a fuck ton. Oh, shit, they're gonna spoil. Gonna eat them. I hate this food now. I don't want to eat, and yet I must. Yep. They go on. Just because something's on sale doesn't mean you should always buy it. If you buy this many, they'll be on sale. But, you know, if you buy that many, you have to eat that many that quickly. So, probably still better if 3 boxes of, persimmons, whatever that word is. Food! I take 2 and start peeling the skin off. Oh, so you're not going to have 3, you're going to have 2. Because this is timeline 2. That's why you're only taking 2. You're abandoning Sakura in this timeline. How dare you, Shiro? You're only taking Saber and Rin. Metaphors. I don't know where Tosaka went, but I'm sure she'll be back soon. Oh, is this the one where I wanted, like, a shower scene or something? So that's why I followed Tosaka, because I thought she'd give me a sexy shower scene, but she didn't. That sounds correct. Because, right, this is when she stole food because she was prepping it for tomorrow morning because she wanted to take me on the fun date time or whatever. But I wanted to see her in a sexy romance shower scene, and I failed, if memory serves. I don't know where Tosaka went, but I'm sure she'll be back soon. I want to relax till I finish eating these.
ねえシロ、セイバーちゃん道場に行ったみたいだけど、お茶持って行ってあげなくていいの？
Hey Shiro, I think Saber-chan went to the dojo, and if you go there too, you might make Rin jealous. Aren't you gonna go take her some tea?
そうだな。ちょっと待ってくれ。1個食べ終わったら道場に差し入れに行くから。
Yeah, hold on. I'll go take her some after I finish eating.
待った。セイバーちゃんへの差し入れは私がするから。シロは休んでていいよ。
Hold on, I'll do it so you can rest here. Oh, so I get to avoid making Rin jealous. Oh no, the failure. We must make the Rin jealous. Hold on, I'll do it so you can rest here.
それより、遠坂さんの相手しなくていいの？せっかく一年発起して誘ったのに、ほっとくと嫌われちゃうわよ。
Oh, that face, that knowing face. Oh, Taiga, you rascal. You're shipping us, aren't you? But don't you have to keep Tosaka-san company? Even though you invited her with sheer determination, she'll hate you if you leave her alone. You invited her with sheer determination? I mean, she invited herself, didn't she? Like, unless my memory is mistaken, she was all worried about me. So she, like, came over after the fight with Kazuki or something like that. I don't remember the exact circumstances, but she was worried about me. And then, that's right, I didn't see her the day after I sword birthed. I skipped school all day because he was all injured, so we didn't see Tosaka, and Tosaka was worried about her, so she came over, and that's why she's staying over. Now I remember. Even though you invite her with sheer determination, she'll hate you if you leave her alone. I swallowed a piece in my mouth. Oh boy. That's bad. Is he choking? Do you need the suplex? If anyone can do it, probably Taiga can. Fujine, how did you arrive at that conclusion? She has a dirty mind, of course. I like her.
何勘違いしてんだバカ。今日のは俺が誘ったわけじゃないし。
You care.
遠坂に嫌われようが好かれようが俺のしたことじゃないんだからな。
Of course you care. That's why you're trying to make her jealous by with Saber. Or you care so much about her that you're trying to avoid her because you're like, no, I can't be with Rin. She makes me too goody. That's a misunderstanding, you idiot. I wasn't the one who invited her today. I don't care if she likes me or not. Gosh. Maybe this is why it's a Rin choice, because I'm forced to confront my feelings with Taiga. Wait, no, this isn't a Rin choice. That's right. Taking the thing to Saber's the Rin choice. This is not the Rin choice. I was like, for a second, I almost caught myself. No. This is too open. Shiro has to not be open. He has to ignore his feelings as much as possible for Rin to be forced to confront me so that I can double confront my feelings. Because it'll be like, all along I was avoiding her not because I don't like her, but because I extra like her and I feel cooties. Yeah. Your father will buy whole bags of fruit. Yeah, my mama would be someone who'd be like, it's on sale, we should get a lot of it. Although she tends to be, you know, she's not too overboard with that kind of thing. My mom has a friend, though, that definitely gets overboard with, it's on sale, get them all in the shopping cart. My mom's a bit more, she can, you know, knows when to hold back on that kind of thing, but... that's a misunderstanding, you idiot. I wasn't the one who invited her today. I don't care if she likes me or not.
あれそうなのシロ晩ご飯の時もずっと登坂さんを意識してたように見えたけど
Oh, really? It looked like you were conscious of Tosaka-san all throughout dinner. Right, because the 9th day is when we attacked, so it's when he sword birthed, so 10 days is when he skipped school, so Rin showed up 10th night, this is 10th night, 11th morning, right, the timeline in my head, I remember now. Does he at least make his own money? He's wasting his own money, yeah, that's good. Oh, boy. Anyways, back to the game. It looked like you were conscious of Tosaka-san all throughout dinner.
目の錯覚だ。大体な、トイレだかなんだか知らないけど、あいつが戻ってきたらさっさと用を済ませて、余計なことする前に家に叩き返すんだからな。
Despite him trying to ignore himself, to choose to believe it's not true in this timeline by constantly picking the Saber choices, he still can't help this timeline falling in love with her. And her falling in love with him, as it were. I think. I hope. We'll see. We'll see if we aren't too much on Saber that Rin doesn't just completely ignore us. That's just your imagination. I don't know what she's doing, but we're gonna finish our business after she gets back, and I'm gonna kick her out of the house after that. Oh, really? Doubtful. Press X to doubt. She'll have, she's far too much of the man in the relationship for you to get away with something like that, Shiro. Oh, I see. I guess it was a misunderstanding. Not surprising, though, for Taiga to understand the hormones. If anything, that's what she understands most about Shiro's problems, is his hormones. You know, she maybe doesn't have the best grasp on his, all of his self-hatred issues, but she can see through his hormones. It's really telling how between 3 people, we all know someone who just wastes food regularly. It really says a lot about society. Well, yeah. A lot of the time what'll happen is my mom's friend will buy too much, and she'll be like, oh, you can take some of this, right? Because I have too much. And so she gets extra food because of that, but... hey, it's free food. Oh, I see. I guess it was a misunderstanding. I don't know what she's doing, but we're gonna finish our business after she gets back. What is your business from your point of view, Shiro? Just talking about the fact that you didn't show up today? No, she's gonna stay over whether you like it or not, Shiro, but I know you'll like it. Even if you don't like it, you'll like it because you don't like it, you know what I mean? Then I'm gonna take some mandarins and tea to Saber-chan. Fujine puts the food into the tray and leaves. Go away. Now I can really relax. I can relax alone with the mandarins. I silently eat the mandarin after Fujine leaves. Yes! Tosaka isn't back and I have nothing else to do, so I keep on eating. Yes! I finally finish the 3rd mandarin, lay on the floor, and right when I let my guard down, oh boy, what's gonna happen? Oh, you ate the 3rd mandarin! You said that you would only have the 2 mandarins, but then after Taiga, you know, scolds you for hormones, you actually went and ate the 3rd mandarins. She must have upped your appetite. You accepted the 3rd timeline into your soul. Lay on the floor, and right when I let my guard down... But Shiro, you like Tosaka-san more than Saber-chan, right? She just comes back and does that out of nowhere. Oh, she has a good read, and in this timeline, yeah, it's definitely true, I would say, but, and yet Shiro always chooses the saber choice in this timeline. I wonder why. Yeah. Oh, wow! He's probably because he's lazing out that he just admits it. That's crazy. Tosaka isn't bad, nothing else to do, so I keep only eating. I finally finished the third menu and lay on the floor, and right when I let my guard down... Sure, you like Tosaka more than Saber-chan, right? Oh, Taiga, you're so good at the surprise attacks. She's just the best. She's too good. Yeah. I reply in reflex. Oh, Taiga's got something on you now, Shiro. What do you do to keep her quiet? How will she blackmail you? Fujine!
ほーらやっぱり白ったら好きだらけだ
See, you let your guard down. Fujine runs away in a flash. Uh-oh. I don't go after her.
そりゃTosakaの方が前から知ってるし
Well, I've known
強引だし
Tosaka. He's just convincing himself now. Well, I've known Tosaka for a longer time. I mean, you haven't really known the real her for a long time, but she's pushy, red. Where's red? You like the color red, I guess. And I repeat strange excuses with a red face. Hey, now you're red. Oh, Shiro, you're such a little puffy wuffy. And then, so, when I finally calm down and when Fujine comes back, Tosaka comes back as well. Alright. I'll pull myself together and get back to the main objective, which is to push her out of your house because you feel cooties. Now do we skip scene? Hold on. Shiro deflect. Hey, it's actually called Shiro deflect. Hold on. We're not going to skip because we're going to go back on this choice. But we get away from Fujine, who's in the living room. Oh, so it starts there. Right. Fujine makes fun of us even in the other choice, huh? Who's in the living room and continue the meeting out on the porch. I expected it not to finish so easily because we've talked so much since noon, but... Right, this is when we get to the heart of potentially... We skirt around Rin's problems, and then Shiro is like, oh, okay, you're okay. And then Rin's like, you have to have fun. Possible challenge Rito Temple at the moment. Right. And that's when she commits to staying over. Okay. So I guess Taiga's around in either version, huh? Wait, what? No, sure, skip. I have to talk to Tosaka. I'll go to Saber at the dojo. I'll pass since it's cold. Mandarin. Remind me. I just want to see a little bit of this, because I remember being let down that we didn't get a Tosaka sexy choice. So I just want to remind myself what actually happens with this. Don't skip for a second. I just want to... Oh, Right, I wanted sexiness, and we just explained magic. Problem is Tosaka. Corner of the yard? Oh, okay, it's so cold. I mean, oh, right, this is what she was doing. She was investigating my shed. And we caught her in the act. And then she's like, darn it, I was caught in the act. Now I remember this one. Yeah. Yeah, because she was all smart and stuff, because she was investigating my shed. She seems to have this weird thing for my shed. She investigated the shed, too, in Timeline 1, and she was talking with Saber about some weird stuff. And she was investigating in this timeline, too. And then she gives me some advice about how to use projection here. Now I'm remembering. Right. Okay. Right. Let's do the proper choice, then. I'll go talk to Saber at the dojo. I guess I'll go talk to Saber. If Shiro still says that he likes Rin more after this to Taiga, because I assume she shows up in all three versions, given that the next scene starts with saying we got away from Taiga. If he still admits that he likes Rin more, then we should be on the right path, I think. I guess I'll go talk to Saber. This would be the fourth choice, theoretically, and we're supposedly we need to do 4. Granted, she said we need to do 4 and we cannot do 2, but this would at least be doing 4, however, math works, but... It's a rival Mags' workshop and it's barely even guarded. It's barely a workshop. Shiro would never deign to call it a workshop. He doesn't have enough self-confidence in himself. In fact, he's even said to himself that he thinks of it kind of as a workshop, but he would never dare call it that to Rin. Even though Rin probably wouldn't mind. What I'd like to eat? I nod. Even though I came to the dojo, my body's still numb. I can't train with Saber. I don't feel like discussing dangerous things right now. So I ask her about food preferences, right? Still numb from the projection yesterday, of course, of course. Don't feel like discussing dangerous things. Alright, so we'll just talk about food. Food is the fastest way to Saber's, Saber, after all. She does love your food, especially in this, I mean, she loves your food in both timelines, but in this timeline it seems like that's your closest connection, if anything. Well, it's just that I want to know about Saber. Oh, really? And what are you gonna know about exactly?
おかしなことを聞くのですね。私には分かりかねますが、何か大きな意味があるのでしょうか。
You're asking me a strange question. I do not understand, but is this question important?
ね、いや別に大した意味はないよ。セイバーはあんまり好き嫌いを口にしないから、喜んでもらえているか不安になっただけ。
She definitely likes your food. Did you see how displeased she got when she found out Taiga would be cooking instead of you? No, it's nothing big. I was just worried if you like my food or not, since you don't say what you like or dislike.
どんな料理が好みなのか知っておけば、セイバーが苦手なものを避けられるだろう。
I can avoid things you don't like if you tell me, right? You could, but also there's the fact that Saber's a bit too proud for that. Like she'll be like, I'll eat anything as long as you cook it, Shiro. And also she wouldn't want to deign to disrespect Shiro by saying the things she doesn't like, unless Shiro pokes her a little harder. I feel like we talked about something similar to this in Timeline 1, which would make sense because, you know, we were super Saber sexual, but...
それは誤解です、シロ。シロの用意する食事に問題などない。
That's a misunderstanding, Shiro. There is no problem in the food you prepare. You love all of it equally? Is that really true, though?
私は満足していますし、仮に何かあまり考えられないのですが、調理の仕方がまずい時があったとしても不満などありません。
Oh, how cute. I am satisfied, and I do not think it's possible. But even if you make a mistake with your cooking, I will still have no complaints. Because it's you, Shiro. It's the soul in your cooking that I like so much. Saber completely changes and watches me seriously. Oh boy. Are we getting too close to Saber now? Well, it seemed like Saber was enjoying my food, so I'm glad to hear that, but... but?
しかしだな。やっぱり嫌いなものを出されたら嫌だろ。せっかく作るんだから美味しく食べてもらいたいし、セイバーの弱点も知っておきたい。
Saber's weak points, not your own weak points? Interesting way to word that. Yeah, but you won't like if I make something you don't like, right? I mean, that's sort of like a silly point to make, but you won't like if I make something you don't like. She's saying she's liked everything you've made, so either she's lying or she hasn't liked it, in which case, I mean, no, wait, no, she's lying or she's not, in which case what you're saying is stupid. You won't like it if I make something you don't like, right? I want you to enjoy the meal. Oh, maybe you're saying you're trying to find the things you haven't made yet that you wouldn't like, theoretically speaking, I guess. I want you to enjoy the meal, and I also want to know about your weak points. So I can exploit them later on when you become Rin's servant and I steal Archer, and I become my own servant in the future.
弱点などそんなものを知ってどうするというのです。
Yeah, that was a very weird way to put that. Why do you need to know my weak points, Shiro? Are you challenging me to a fight?
そりゃ参考資料として覚えておく。セイバーがアレルギー持ってるとは思えないけど、一応聞いておくに越したことはないからな。
Of course she would think of it in the fight stance, but he would just ignore that and be like, well, I remember it as a reference. I don't think you have allergies or anything, but it doesn't hurt to ask. So you're gonna use them in a food to poison me down the road. Is that it, Shiro? I thought I could trust you.
どうにも合点がいかぬのですが、私が答えることで今後の食事がさらに向上したりするのでしょうか。
I really do enjoy their chemistry. It's cute seeing her. I mean, they're both ignorant in a sense, and that was what made, in my opinion, the romance timeline one so good. But either she's lying and it's pointless to ask further, or she's not lying and he already has his answer. Yeah. But it's possible there's something he could make that he just hasn't yet, that she might not would like, there's one possibility. I do not understand, but would answering you improve the quality of the meals in the future?
するよ。好き嫌いがはっきり分かれば献立も立てやすくなるし、 今よりいくらか上手くなると思うけど。
I guess she's at least partially vested in improving the quality of the meals. She already likes them so much, but if they can get even better, oh boy. If I know what you like and dislike, it'll be easier for me to decide on the menu. And I'm sure it'll taste better as well.
協力します、マスター。どうぞ、遠慮なく質問してください。
Oh, that's so great. It's so great. Maybe we are too much on Saber this route, because it feels like we're really bonding here. If it's about food, oh boy. She's still calling me master, though. I shall cooperate, master. Well, at least in this instance, actually. Probably because this is, you know, it's funny how she's taking it seriously. She calls me Shiro still at this point. You need to know my weak points, Shiro. It's just in the moment she's calling me master because of, you know, she's taking this super seriously because it's about the quality of the food. I shall cooperate, master. Please ask without hesitation. Ask without hesitation. Saber sits Japanese style. It'll taste better. Oh boy, here we go. So much responsibility now, Shiro. So much responsibility suddenly on you. Can you handle all the responsibility she has placed on you to make the meals taste better? She's pumped up as if she's about to start a match. Please, Shiro. I am ready. She urges me silently. This is unexpected, but I also sit down Japanese style to face Saber. Oh boy.
じゃあ初めは大雑把に。そういえば甘いものは苦手か?
Then I'll start with the broad picture. Do you dislike sweet stuff?
問題ありません。どちらかというと好きな部類です。
Oh boy, how much are we going to learn about our tastes here? It is not a problem. I rather like it.
そっか。なら反対に辛いものは苦手?
I see. Then how about spicy stuff?
そちらも問題ありません。運動した後の刺激はありがたい。
That's not a problem either. I like the stimulation after a workout. Ooh, stimulation, huh? So I guess sweet and spicy would both be good for her. Anything at the extreme she would probably enjoy. But what about the stuff in the middle?
甘辛どっちも OK と。じゃあもうちょっと細かく言って青物はいける口か?
Huh, so you're fine with sweet and spicy stuff. Alright, I'll be more specific. Do you like vegetables? Is that more specific? I would argue sweet and spicy is more specific because there's so many types of vegetables. I'd pick a specific vegetable to be more specific. I think saying vegetables is about as broad as spicy or sweet. In fact, I think it's arguably even more broad, but...
いけます。菜食主義というわけではありませんが、みずみずしい野菜は食事に欠かせない。
Yes, I'm not a vegetarian, but ripe vegetables are a must in a meal. Anything you don't like? Yes, small portions. I want my portion to be as big as possible. Because she's that shonen protagonist big eater. Ripe vegetables are a must in a meal.
じゃあ反対に肉類はどうだ? 鶏、豚、牛と苦手なのがあったら言ってくれ。
She actually has a specific, something of a specific vested interest in the vegetables. But before it's like, yes, I like spicy stuff, I like sweet stuff. But here it's like, what about vegetables? And she's just like, ripe vegetables are a must in a meal. So any meal ever need vegetables. That's a big like, which is important because, you know, it does help your, you know, vegetables are good for you, you know. Then how about meat? Earlier, we tried to get some meat for her, and we got some cake for someone else, but, you know, we could have gotten some for ourselves as well. How about meat? Tell me if you don't like anything. Chicken. I like chicken. Pork. I'll pass on pork. Beef. Beef's okay, but I prefer chicken. And tell me if you like a certain method of cooking them. Chicken I tend to like in most forms. If I must have pork, how about turn them into hot dogs? Have, ham hot dogs. I generally do not like eating pigs and the things that are made from pigs. However, you know, the pig flavored hot dogs are okay. Although I tend to prefer the beef flavored ones. And tell me if you like a certain method of cooking them.
そのような贅沢は言いません。肉料理は食事の花だ。
I'll not ask her much. Meat is the primary part of the meal. Okay, that's what you're asking for. Make it the primary part of the meal. There you go. Make sure there's vegetables. Make sure meat is primary. And also sweet and spicy both work. Cool. I think you need to get a little more specific to find some specific dislikes, Shiro. There's also more meat than just chicken, beef, and pork. Also, what if you add fish into the mix? Is it okay to not have meat if you have fish? Saber? Where do you draw the line?
シローが調理してくれたものは全て驚くほど美味しかったので、今後も自由に作ってほしい。
Everything you have cooked was splendid, so I would like for you to keep cooking the way you like. I can respect that. I also enjoy tasting new stuff. If I taste something I won't like, I won't want to have it again, but I enjoy broadening my tasting horizons. Then again, you know, if I find something I like, I'll want to eat a lot of it sometimes. So, like, I do a mix, you know, but you know, I like eating lots of hot dogs. But I still like maybe eating them in different ways too. Even if you use relatively little, meat still tends to steal the show, as it were. However, what if you have just a pasta meal? I would not mind that either. You know, that's spaghetti. Even without the meatballs. If you have the meatballs, then maybe they're gonna steal the show. But spaghetti meatballs is fine. But just, you know, spaghetti is nice and tasty. Yeah, pasta I've talked about is just pasta in general, but spaghetti is the one I tend to have most often. Is basically just my favorite food. Chocolate is there too. I arguably have chocolate more because I can have it for snacks and stuff, where pasta, that's a little more awkward. But I'd probably say I think I like pasta more than chocolate. It's close. I would like for you to keep cooking the way you like.
そうなんだ。ちょっと本題からはそれるけど、セイバーのいたところの料理ってどうなんだったんだ?
This might be getting to the heart of things. I see, this is off topic, but how was the cooking where you're from? Oh boy. Uh-oh. Yep, heart of things. She had to freak out, because where she's from, when she's from, oh boy, ellipses. Hey, why do you have to think it over? Are you comparing the meals you had back then to the meals now? Were the meals fancier because you were a king, or were they worse just because of the time period? Maybe you like these more because of the soul, whereas before, even if they were technically better, you liked them less? Possibly.
いや、じゃあそのうまいまずいの感想とかならどうかな?
Oh, well, how about you just tell me if it was good or not? Maybe it was technically good, but it wasn't good in the soul? Oh, it was roughly made. Oh no, a full admission. Spaghetti is neat. Elbow macaroni might be more versatile. Elbow macaroni? Who wants to put their elbow in macaroni? Is that a real thing? Now I have to Google it. I don't know if you're making a joke or not. Elbow macaroni. Oh, it's a real thing. I have not heard of that before. 80 ways to cook elbow macaroni. I thought that was like a joke, like you're putting your elbow in your macaroni. I'm like, what are you doing? Okay. Weird. Why is it called elbow macaroni? Refer to elbow-shaped pasta. Oh. Oh, I get it. Huh. Okay. Okay, I get it. I've just never heard it called that before. British cuisine has a reputation. How bad must food be that the black hole that is Saber thinks bad of it? It was roughly made. Oh, boy. So it's not just the soul. His cooking is just good. And, you know, as a king in her time, even though she was a king, the food she had was bad. I guess to be fair, it was, you know, war times a lot of the time. But still, woof. Rip food. She murmurs. An opinion filled with hatred comes out of her. Wow. Wow. Saber action... No wonder she loves your food so much, with what she's comparing it to. An evil emotion unsuited to Saber, a dissatisfaction with incompetent people, incompetent cooks when she was king, and self-loathing for being unable to correct them. She had incompetent cooks and couldn't fix their cooking because she herself wasn't much of a cook. Oh no! It sounds terrible. I see. I'm sorry. Maybe she hates her. That's the real reason she wants to erase herself from existence. I mean, everything else is just window dressing. This is the heart of the matter. The cooking was always terrible while she was in charge. No wonder she wants to erase herself from existence. If someone else got in charge, they might have had better cooking skills and could have taught the cooks, and the people could have had better food. Obviously. Yeah, I'm sorry.
とにかく話を戻そう。最後のカテゴライズとして魚介類はどうだ？
Well, let's return to the subject
魚料
then.
理は結構出してたけど、
How
貝類
about
はまだ
fish?
食べてないよな。
I've cooked a lot of fish, but you haven't had any shellfish yet, right?
そうですね。私もあまり口にしたことはありませんが、海産物は体にいい。食すまでの手間を考慮しないのなら、好きな食べ物に入るでしょう。
I have not eaten much, but seafood is good for your body. Everything is arguably, I mean, not everything, but everything is good for your body in some form, and too much of anything is not good in some form. Some things are better than other, of course, but everything has some kind of minerals that your body might want in certain combinations. I've not eaten much, but seafood is good for your body. If you do not consider the labor required to cook it, I rather like it. Could it replace proper meat, though? I see. So you like sweet and spicy things, and stuff like vegetables, meat and fish, huh?
聞き方が悪かった。そういえば、どうしてもダメな食べ物ってあ
I
る？
mean, that's all pretty broad. Like, I think most people would have answered that they like all that stuff. I mean, vegetables, maybe not, but people would still want to eat them anyway, at least certain vegetables. Something's having too much equals 0. Sometimes having too much equals 0. The dose makes the poison, indeed. Oh. I think I asked you in the wrong way. Do you have anything you can't eat? If he had asked me about pork, I would have said, let's just avoid the pigs. But otherwise, I would have probably said, yeah, I'm fine with stuff in general. I mean, vegetables I'm not a huge fan of, but I know they're good for you, so I eat them. And I don't hate vegetables or anything, but I don't particularly like them generally. I'm kind of middling. But do you have anything you can't eat? Vegetables I tend to like when they're in, they're in a proper meal. When they're in a meal and I can like mix them with other stuff. Mixed with other stuff, I tend to like them more. On their own, they tend to be kind of like, eh. Do you have anything you can't eat?
いえ、その心配は無用ですしろ。私に嫌いなものなどありません。
No, that is a needless dislike. That is a needless worry, Shiro. There is nothing that I dislike. Are you sure? Shiro, if anything, if I were you, I'd keep experimenting to try and find something she doesn't like. Because there's so many foods out there. Your taste buds, there's so much potential for you to like certain things and dislike other things. There's so much variety. The idea that you dislike nothing is crazy. I guess there might be some people out there like that, but it's just crazy to me. There's nothing that I dislike. Well, I don't want to say this after I asked her so much, but I'm beginning to feel like these questions were meaningless.
なるほど、なるほど。なんだ。つまり、セイバーは何でも食べるってこと？
Naruhodo. I understand. I see. Sumari. In summary, so then, well, you can eat anything?
はい。美味しいものなら分け隔てなくいただきます。
Yes, I can eat anything that tastes good. Well, what do you mean anything that tastes good? Taste is subjective like that. There's things I don't like the taste of that other people might like the taste of. So what do you mean good? Do you just mean as long as it's properly prepared and it's a normal meal that people generally sometimes like, you'll like it? With no variation? What if it's something fringe? There's so many fringe things that a small portion of people like that others really don't, but they're there and people like them. Are you sure you like everything?
こと食事に関して私に弱点はないのです。
I have no weakness when it comes to food. Woof. Well, she's won the battle, as it were. She claimed victorious in this case. Things that taste good are the things that taste good. Don't be stupid, Shiro. Of course. Saber puffs with pride. Of course she'd be prideful about that. Dashes. I see. These questions seemed meaningless, but I figured out one important fact. It's that I don't know how angry Saber will get if I get lazy and make a sloppy meal. I suppose. That one time earlier on in the timeline, you let Taiga make a meal. It was bad, but I suppose she had a little... Even then, she knocked you silly, but I suppose she had some forgiveness because it was Taiga who made it instead of you. But if you were to make a meal that bad, oh boy, the awakening you'd be in for. Well, I have to get myself together and go talk to Tosaka about the serious matter. Is there a skippable? What about Taiga? We get away from Fujine, who's in the living room. Oh, okay. Never mind, so we don't have that choice. I thought that was in every timeline, but I guess I'm just misremembering. We get away from Fujine, who's in the living room, and continue. Okay, so I can skip now, yeah. Oh boy, well you're right, but the problem is the trap, right? How are we going to deal with that? You know, the Tosaka, do you have some problems with the Tosaka name? No, definitely not. Totally not at all. She definitely does, and I think there was some subdued character development we just, you know, was just, you know, you got to read the subtext. But then Rin's like, Shiro, though, you need to have fun. And Shiro's like, I don't have fun. I don't deserve fun. Rin's like, I'm going to make you have fun before the end of the timeline. Shiro's like, I don't believe it. And Rin was proven wrong. And Shiro was proven correct that he did not, I mean, he had a little bit of fun, but he didn't like that he was having fun. And it's like, I'm not going to stray from my path. And it's like, you're having fun. I'm not having fun. You're having fun. You should be having fun. And so Rin saw Shiro wasn't having fun. Rin had to ask herself, was she really having fun? And she had to ask herself, is she not having fun? What's the point of anything? And then she kind of found her road and decided, yeah, I know what's fun. And she gave up the Tosaka thing to Shiro, which was a big ask, which if anything is her admission that maybe it wasn't fully fun. And that she's now more confident in her general life path. Oh. Ah. Any bratwurst needs a pile caramelized onions to be truly complete. Oh, of course. Whatever you just said about food. Even if she says so, I can't answer what I don't know. I can't think of anything that's fun for me. There's nothing fun! I mean, the only fun thing is spending time with your waifus, as far as I've seen so far from you, Shiro. You maybe have fun seeing other people have fun, but it's not real fun, but, you know. Rin kind of sort of gives you a little fun in the date, but then you feel all bad about it and gross, because you're like, I shouldn't have fun. How dare you? You need to have fun. You're going to have fun. I'm going to make you have fun. And she's like, what? You're going to make me have fun? Yeah, Shiro, what did you say, Shiro? I said I'm going to walk Tosaka home. Of course she's not going home, because she needs to make you have fun. That's right. She wasn't maybe necessarily going to stay over. Once you said you didn't have fun, she's like, I have to make you have fun. Because she didn't want to get too close, but now that she finds out how fucked up you are, she didn't want to make you fall into her grody world of magic where she's forever has to pridefully follow the Tosaka line. But then when she found out you're even gross than she is, she's like, oh, I guess I can give in. I won't forgive you. Alright, so, night training, warning. Right, we can skip that. Bread disappearing incident. Oh, there's a choice here, but apparently it doesn't matter? Okay, let's move on to the next page. I remember more or less all the, because I went around here, I jumped. I went down here. Did it? I didn't do that today. What day is it? I did this one today. Alright. We're going to the next page. And we'll just go here. Do we follow up on Rin? Question mark. Do we follow up on Rin? Last time I let her be. And I don't know. I could see there being Rin points either way. But yes, the bread thief. Last time I just said I won't question it. I'll jog to the shopping district. But this time, I mean, that might be better because it means she gets time to actually make the meal. But, you know, this one doesn't involve Saber necessarily. So maybe it'd be good for Rin points to actually involve Rin. I'll just make Japanese food. Actually, I'll take it out on the culprit. Let's confront the culprit. Let's be Sun, because, you know, their relationship is a lot of being Sun to each other. So I'll make Japanese food. Actually, I'll take it out on the culprit.
朝は卵焼きと味噌汁で決定。甘やかすのは良くない。
The question is, why not? Why not choose the other choice? I'll make eggs and miso soup for breakfast. I don't want them to spoil. Eggs and miso soup for breakfast, huh? But then what about lunch, Shiro? What about lunch? Is a great question. So, right then, I've been going for a while, actually, without any intermission. My bladder's been nice to me today. However, it's time. We're going to keep going for a little bit. We're definitely not done yet. I'll make eggs and miso soup for breakfast. I don't want them to spoil. The problem at hand is how to deal with the intruder that attacked the kitchen last night. Ah, the son-off.
Tosaka? 起きてるか、トサカ。
I love how casual he's being. Internally, he's like, how do I attack them? So he's got some Sun plan. Oh boy, this should be good. Tosaka, are you awake, Tosaka? There's no reply even after knocking on the guest room door. Is this when we get to see her naked? She's probably working on the, you know, on the food lunch and doesn't want to be, you know, see him before announcing her plans. But too bad. Maybe she's hiding. Maybe she's hiding somewhere to make sure she's not disturbed when prepping for the ultimate date, so she can't, you know, her groove can't be messed up. There's no reply even from knocking on the guest room door. It's almost 7. Leaving Fujine aside for the moment, it should be impossible for Tosaka, an honor student, not to be up at this time. Well, she tends to be a grumpy morning person, but maybe today especially she would have gotten up early. Oh, wait. We are dropping again. That's annoying. Alright, we've gone for a while, and I have the potential to go longer tomorrow. It's not ideal, but internet is being a meanie. Yeah, I guess I can go long tomorrow to make up for not going long today. I will probably look into resetting stuff, so I guess I'll call it here. It's been an adequate amount of time. I just wanted to go longer today. Fine game. If you're going to be a jerk about it, it's not your fault, game, I'm sorry. It's my internet. I'm blaming the game for things that aren't the game's fault. When there's so many things to blame the game for that are the game's fault. Ho ho! I shouldn't be blaming them for things that aren't even their fault, and there's so much to blame them for. Half joking. I'll get that Rin Gucci. No, that's a rude way to put it. I'll get that Rin. I'll get that Rin bread. Dirty joke. In your minds. Insert one. I'll get that Rin bread. Dirty joke in your minds. Insert one. Right then. So, okay. Are we still dropping, or did we get mellow? I guess we got mellow, but it's dropping a bit too much for my liking at this point. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Still no outro phrase. Oh, yeah, it's dropping again right now. Of course it is. I'll see you guys next time. Still no outro phrase. Hopefully tomorrow, I should have enough time. YouTube, why am I saying this for the YouTube video? I don't know. Should have enough time to finish. Well, even you guys will have these as videos that are at the same time pace of the videos. Therefore, in the next video, hopefully I can get that Rin good ending. But, or, you know, she hates me because I'm spending too much time with Saber. Maybe. Stop recording. See you next time. Stop recording. I'm saying it too many times. Stop recording.